Miss Jean?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking.
I'm Charlie.
About yourself?
You're good. I'm doing
I'm
good.
Jean.
Good. So we're gonna do a new challenge today that Whisky Magazine just came out with, Jean.
Yes.
And at the end,
Is it the Whiskey Advocate?
Nope, just Whisky Magazine, which
Just a Whiskey
Yep.
Magazine?
Yeah, I was reading the magazine because that's what I do, Jean. I read things.
Because you know how to read.
Yep. So at the end of this, we're gonna challenge somebody and to carry this on. So it's the Essential Whiskey Challenge. So you're starting your whiskey collection.
Yeah.
But what are you going to start it with? You're going to start it with the essentials. You're going to start out with one rye, one bourbon, one Canadian, one Irish, one Scottish, and one something else. Canada, Scotland, Japanese. There we go. So it's those 6.
All right.
And price isn't really an option. The only thing we're kind of sticking to is that they have to be readily available.
Right. You should be able to walk into a liquor store and be able to get it.
Mostly because we do have one limited edition in today's category, but it's widely available. I don't know why they actually said limited, but nonetheless. So, Jean, what's your first one?
I am going with the Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
Canadian Robin.
My Canadian is my go-to, which is the vanilla Crown Royal. This is my mixer. I mix it with caffeine-free Diet Cola in a 2-liter bottle. It's like $1 for the caffeine-free 2-liter cola, and then you get this big old mumbo thing. Fun fact.
Tell me fun facts.
I just picked this up today because I was out.
You got some breaking news here for us, Jean, don't you?
I do. So the lady that sold this to me, she's like, hey, do you know they're going to get rid of both the box and the bag that the Crown Royals come in? I'm like, great. I just throw those away.
They're needless. I mean, they're good for if you want to collect coins, but no one uses coins anymore.
Coins?
Yeah, you get,
bags.
That's what your grandpa.
Oh, you mean put the coins in the bag?
And the boxes are just why you don't need the box.
Yeah.
Saves the trees.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is the only flavored we'll have today. I hate flavored whiskey. This is your mixer.
Yeah, it's my mixer, which is why I'm going with it.
But Crown Royal has a whole line. But Crown Royal Canadian, the #1 actually whiskey in Canada is the Crown Royal.
There you go. What are you going with?
Up next is one of my candidate for Rye of the Year, and that is the Wilderness Trail Family Reserve Cask Strength. This is freaking dynamite. If you are a rye fan and a clove lover like I am, this is a must-have. We recently reviewed this. I love this bottle. This is a top 5 whiskey of the year for me right now. The Wilderness Trail, widely available. This is the rye you gotta have because every rye person is gonna love this, and it checks off that cask strength box.
Nice.
What you got next for us, Jean?
I'm going with the Irish next. And this one is the Marcella cask finish. It is the limited edition. However, all of the writers' tiers are excellent for an Irish choice. So if you're going in and you just want to get an Irish whiskey and you don't know which Irish to get, you look to find a writer's tiers, and by golly, you'll say thank you, Jean. And I'll say, you're welcome.
Thank you, Jean.
You're welcome.
Up next is what I'm drinking right now. This is a Rebel Yell Distillers Collection. This is a bourbon and a half, folks. Right now, it is giving me delicious cinnamons, great caramel notes, touch of vanilla, all your bourbon notes with great oak. I hate Dover oak bourbon. Hate it. This is a delightful bourbon that well represents the Rebel Yell line and well represents bourbons in general.
Right, and I believe that one is actually one of the cheaper selections that you can find for bourbons.
I want to say 35.
Something like that, yeah.
Probably wrong. Let me know down in the comments if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah. So next is Scotch, which is kind of my area. And I would not be saying anything if I don't go with a Macallan on that one. So Macallan is my favorite. So I'm gonna go with the Macallan as the Scotch.
And it's the cheapest of all Scotches. It's not. You're gonna pay $80 pretty much anywhere universally for that.
90.
Well, it is going up. It is going up right now.
Yeah.
But that is Macallan. Every Scotch drinker has had a Macallan. It's a rite of passage for your collection. You have to have a Macallan. Some people think it's just great marketing because James Bond and Macallan are paired. It's a solid Scotch. It's a great Scotch. Last but not least, to round off our Central Whiskies, is Nika from the Barrel.
That is a good one.
This Whiskey Advocate Whiskey of the Year 3 years ago. It was definitely in the top 20 if it didn't win Whiskey of the Year. I think it actually did, but if I'm wrong, again, let me know down in the comments. I know it absolutely made the top 20 list, I think 2 years ago. But the big knock on Japan right now is they are sourcing a ton of Scotch and calling it Japanese. They came out with a bunch of rules and regulations that are not governmental enforceable. So who's to say? But
here's our lineup.
Here's our lineup. These are the essentials to start your whiskey. You got one from everybody. You got a mixer, and you have a whole line of all those Canadian guys in it. But who do you want to challenge? I got somebody in mind. You want to nominate somebody?
No, go ahead. You ahead.
I'll nominate somebody that we've never nominated before.
Okay.
It's someone who has a dynamite whiskey channel, has a voice you could just fall asleep to. It's like Fraser Crane's. Nice and soothing. John from Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed, who has the most detailed playlist. He has a great whiskey catalog, and he also reviews anything and everything to do with liquor and coffee.
I look forward to seeing it.
So John, you're up to bat for the Essential Whiskey Challenge.
Essential, easy to say.
One Scotch, one Irish, one Canadian, one rye, one bourbon, and one Japanese. And I know you have them. I see them all the time behind you in your set. Anything else to add, Jean?
Nothing else to add.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Jean, and I hope you are just as thirsty as we are.